Hi guys, welcome back to the club. Last time I showed you guys how to cut ribeye steaks, and now I'm going to show you how to cut a New York strip into steaks. New York strip has a pretty fat cap on there. It's good to leave some of it on it, but some of it does need to come off. So just to let you guys know, first thing is that there is a piece of silver skin that runs right through. This end's going to be a little bit more tough, but this end is where you start with your steaks, because the silver skin only comes down to about right here. So first thing you do is you pull off the front fat cap. We'll use for stocks. And then you'll flip it around and look at the other end. And you'll kind of do the same thing to get this silver skin off of here. Make sure you have a nice sharp knife for this. Alright. Now you can see that we kind of turned it into a better shape for your steak. And then right here is where you want to start getting that silver skin right off right here. That's going to be really chewy. And you can see it kind of running there. Now you're going to flip it back. You kind of do a survey on how fat your cap is. If it seems a little tough, then you want to pull off the tough parts. A lot of it has to do with filling it, making sure to see what's going to be tough. You don't really have to do this too much with a ribeye, but for New York, just so you're not chewing it around. Let me get this little piece off first. Now we'll start cutting them into steaks. So for this one, we're doing like a 12-ounce steak. And this is actually for the wedding tonight. On the first piece, you're always going to have a little bit of a hoof that kind of is not even. You can either use this for chopped up or whatever you want. But then if you want to have it nice and presentable, have a nice flush piece. You can see kind of here that there's still a little bit of silver skin, but it's not as tough as down below. Always let your knife do the work. You shouldn't be putting a bunch of pressure down. That's a beautiful piece there. So when you get to the other end, you can see it goes right down the middle there. So what we do is we have this little thing, it's called a jacquard. And what it does is it pokes little holes. And we do it mainly right where that piece is, so it's easier to chew. And there you go. Well, thank you for joining us, and now you know how to cut a New York strip. I'm Chef Justin at the club, and I'll see you next time.